Hey, what's up, guys? Just hopping along here. I just finished my long play, the long game of how we don't live in a Christian theocracy, and that anyone, especially left wingers, because that's usually what's going to be a radical lefty, is a nihilist, is trying to tell you that you're standing in the way of them having complete freedom, and that's what America needs. Tell them to eat it. I mean, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and look at it. This is Dylan James, also known as L. Ron Humperdinck. It's an alias of mine. I'm here for Political Dankhouse at political underscore Dankhouse, DANQHAUSE. On Twitter, it's political underscore DANQ because that they had the limit. But on Instagram, it's the exact same, political underscore Dankhouse. I make memes. It's a great time. But as I'm waiting for this video to upload that I just finished, and it's a long one. This one right here is not really rehearsed, but I don't think it needs to be. It's going to be pretty short. I wanted to talk about it before it gets cold because I think it's going to be more than one city before it's over with. The Democrats want sanctuary cities, and when Trump says we don't need sanctuary cities, they're quick to tell him why we do, and he's a racist for not wanting them. And what do you want to throw people back out to their country of origin? Yeah. But it's against the law. Everybody knows it's against federal law too. It's against the Constitution to harbor people like that against the government. And there's people out there that say, well, there's people that are still going to do it. And it's noble for people to do it. And their cry went like this woman, I can't remember who it was, but she was a governor, or maybe not a governor, but she was a government worker. And she was cheering up as she was getting arrested. And I'm not even the type of guy that go, ha ha, that's what you get. I just looked at it and I said, well, that's the law. And people want to be able to be the rebels is the problem. People want to be the rebels without the consequence. And as a Christian, like I mentioned in the other video, that pisses me off. Because we all know that you can't stand for something without putting your ass on the line. It goes with the Antifa wanting to hit and run and scurry and hide your face. You can't have the anonymity when you throw the punch. But when all the dust settles and they find out that it wasn't illegal, or you get away with it, or we're looking for this guy who's the hero that punched a Nazi. You can't come out then and say, I'm not anonymous anymore. It's the same way they want to have their cake and eat it too when it comes to these sanctuary cities. If you look at all the places where there would be sanctuary cities, where do you think they would be? They'd be in Democratic and liberal owned places or dominated places. And what would they need all these people coming over the border for the votes? That's why they don't want the consensus. And there's people I talk to in the immediate circle, and I'm like, really? When they say, we don't need a consensus, it's just, I can't believe that they want to ask if you're a citizen on the consensus. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe when you're sitting at the bar at a table at Rockola or wherever, your bar of choice, Kickback Jacks, maybe the company wants to know if you order or if you're going to order because you're taking up someone's spot. It's not rocket science to think that you would want to ask someone if they're a citizen. And I say, to have the cake and eat it too. They want it to be able to where people can get benefits as if they're a citizen. They want to be able to count as a vote for the Electoral College, and I'll get to that. But they want them to be able to do all that, but they also don't want them to have to be in trouble and get found out. And I go, well, then don't talk. Don't take the survey. Don't take the... Well, it's unfair. They won't be counted. Good. It's called a payoff, an opportunity cost. It's a trade-off. Conservatives know about it. Fiscal conservatives like me know that everything comes at a cost of something else, and you're trying to get the best outcome every time. Can't have it both ways. But what I said earlier about flooding them, they can't afford to have sanctuary states or cities in places where they're already dominant, like California and Oregon and all these places that are already blue. They want to bring in the immigrants for the votes, and that goes with what I just said about they don't want anything challenging the census. They don't want border patrol. They don't want the wall. They don't want... I heard a funny joke. Is that, and it was in shout out to Hard Bastard. I was in the Hard News Network chat, and someone said the reason they are so against the wall is because what's next on the list is lock her up. And so that's really all I wanted whenever I came to it. But it's growing on me, and I'm the type of guy that wants security, and it's just funny to watch how people are getting away with not having to do that. And there's people being turned away at the border and catch and release, and it's still going on under Trump. People say, "Oh, well, you thought he was going to change it?" No, I elected him as a tool to get in there. I'm still going to correct him and criticize him. I don't expect him to be God. That's the problem with left wingers. They thought Obama was God. That's why when he had the transition power, there's people in the street screaming, "No, my God," and people crying. And we miss you. We just back when couples were real couples, and shows Michael Obama and Barry O. They want to win the White House back. That right there, that what I just said, they want that back, and they're going to do anything they can to get it. They need to win states that they lost in 2016 because they didn't pay attention to. It was flyover state. They don't have enough people that vote blue there, so they're importing their voters, and not like a Soros or how we found out with Project Veritas, where they're busing people across districts in key states. We're talking about people moving, and then carpetbaggers like the people that hollow out California, like Locust Wood, will move into Austin, Texas, and they're turning Austin, Texas blue as can be and spreading out. Texas will be blue eventually, especially with the assault of the caravans over and over. And it is an assault because it's that many people, and governments know that it's coming and they're not helping us stop it. Mexico says, as long as you promise you'll go through and leave us alone. But someone like Gavin Newsom comes up with his beta baby. He's got like a 10-year-old looking kid. He's not that old, but he's stuck in a pacifier or his thumb. And I thought, God, what a beta baby. As Jesse Lee Peterson would say, beta. He said, the president said, Trump did the most baller thing he could do. This is the guy I elected. He said, well, if you guys want all these, give me a second. If you guys want all these illegal immigrants, and you're acting like you're so open, and you say, well, anybody would be a fool if they didn't want them. They contribute to society, and you're a racist if you don't want them. Trump said, okay, Gavin, okay, guys, and whoever it might be, Cory Booker, all the people that are advertising but may not be in a position of power. There's governors I can't think of. Well, if y'all want them, we'll send them to you because, like Trump said, we got to catch and release them anyways because the rules are so trash. Oh, no, whoa, what the f*** are you talking about? And Cher, gypsies, thieves, and all this shit. Oh, I'm leaving the country. Never left the country. So I'll take people into my place. Never took people into her place. She's got mansions everywhere. And I don't even think she should have to, but she should shut the hell up about it. Somebody like me who can't afford it if she's not going to. Same with J.K. Rowling. But Cher came out, and Cher said something that was kind of based in red pill. And she said, but Trump, how can... There's people in my streets that are dying from drug addictions, and there's stuff, and there's all this bad stuff. We got to be able to take care of them first. And oh my God, did you get it, Cher? She might have got it. Like the old farmer is, podunk, retard farmer like me, who knows from a very young age that you got to take care of the mother or the parent, the host, and then the child will find the calf, the whatever. You don't tend to the baby, you tend to the mother. Keep her strong, and she'll feed the baby. Same with that. You got to take care of your own first. You got to take care of your country to be in the position to where you can give out charity. But Gavin Newsom doesn't want him in his country or counties. He doesn't want him in California, and it's more sinister than just you don't want to practice what we preach. We know Democrats are like that. Gavin Newsom came out and said, when you hear the president say that, it's just callous. It's bullying. Fear-mongering, it's sophomoric. It's like, bitch, what are you talking about? You can't even think through your logical step. You ask for something, Trump gives it to you, and you say no. And so if you're not that stupid, then we have to get into sinister ideas. And what I'm thinking is they want sanctuary cities for thee, but not for me. And not just because they don't want to have to deal with the crime and all the unknown and the culture clash. It's because they're galvanizing those people to flip these counties from red to blue. Because you know who they'll be voting for, the people that are advocating for them to come in with no punishment, no ID, no anything. And they want it to where illegals can vote. You think all this is happening just because we can get it all done. It's coordinated. It all goes together. They're trying to if we can't get this part, we'll make it to where illegals can vote in certain states. They want felons to vote And look, if you're in there for dumb drug charges for like smoking weed or something, fine, make it a way where you can get your votes back. But people were arguing for terrorists and bombers and stuff to get their right to vote. They said the Boston bomber and Bernie Sanders, yeah, sure, whatever. I dare them to say, what about Dylan Roof that killed the people in Charleston, the church massacre, and then watch them say, well, that's different because why? Was he white? They're both terrorists. So they really don't want these things. They want it as long as it fits to suit them. But they've got to flip all these states blue, and instead of going up there like, hey, Hillary, why don't you go, Bill was, hey, Hillary, you better go to Michigan, you better go up there, they're needing you. And she said, suck it. Stick a fork in it, Bill, it's done. I'm the chosen one. See, they don't want to go to appeal to voters and make their case to vote. Like Obama said to Trump, I'd suggest he stop complaining and whining and make his case for votes. He needs to tell Hillary that. He needs to tell his party that. He needs to tell Biden all in that. He won't even endorse him, like I've said. Obama needs to come back as the leader they acted like he was, as disorganized as he was. They all just got behind him. That didn't make him the leader. That didn't mean that he was the glue that held the DNC together or a new, fresh face. They need to make their case for votes, and they're not doing it. So what they want to do is just import low-skill workers. And Republicans will help them hand in glove with that. There's people that on the right wing, sure, that want the cheap labor, and they can eat shit too. They're part of the problem. It's still illegal. But they want to get these blue pockets into red states and areas just enough to flip it. And God forbid if they ever get rid of the Electoral College, because they're already, past that. LA, New York, and Chicago can decide our elections for the next however many years. But I just thought it was funny. People acted like, well, Trump's plotting. They've had a plan. He's plotting to maliciously dump all these illegal immigrants into democratic cities like it's a weapon or something. Well, how would it be a weapon? But they're just poor, innocent refugees. There's no criminals of any sort, no coyotes, no anything. There's no threat. It's just like dropping a puppy off at the door. It's cute. You can take care of it. Unless you're saying you can't take care of it. Or are you saying that there's some in there that might be dangerous? Are you proving this point? Or do you want to admit that you don't? We want the sanctuary cities. We just don't want them in places that are already blue. We need to claim new land, new red territory. Because that's the only way we're going to win. And they're putting these people in a real shit position. It's morally bankrupt to put these people in this position, to bring them over here just for the votes, and that's all I care about. See you in however many years. They're the new blacks. These immigrants are the new blacks, and they don't care. So tell me, guys, what you think. This is L1 Humperdinck, Dylan James. Follow me at DJ LINEBARRIER, DJ Line Barrier on Twitter. It's my personal. And follow us on at political_dankhouse with a Q, DANQ HOUSE on Instagram. Political Dank House. And on Twitter it's just political_dank. They chopped us off. We lost our tadpole tail on that one. But I'm gonna get out of here. It's been a long day. I got a lot done. Feeling like a productive American. Y'all get some sleep so you don't feel froggy in the morning.